In USA, by default, financial start in January, but in India, financial is starting from April. So if you are working on Indian project, we can go for April, because what will happen if you want quarter wise report? So in quarter wise report, if you want April, May, June as a first quarter, you have to select financial as starting from April. If you want January, February, March as a first quarter, then you can go for the January. So for Indian project, we have to change the settings. Now default start time is now 9:30 and default end time is what? Default end time is 8:30. Hour per day, this hour per week. Now we are working Monday to Saturday, so we are working more hours. We are working 24. So you can see the setting. This is the starting time, this is ending time, this is per hour task, per week and per month. Now I will simply click on the OK, and now finally I will click on the OK button. I will simply click on the OK button, right? This is the way to create our project calendar. This is the way to create our project calendar. So just understand, in MS Project you have to create three type of calendar. The first one is project calendar, second one is resource calendar, and the third one is task calendar. So we have prepared the first project calendar, right? So in the project calendar we are using a standard calendar. The next step, you can see in the Gantt chart section, still my calendar is not applied here. So I will double click here. This area, this is called timeline, project timeline, right? So I will simply double click here, and this is under this section. I'll click on the non-working time, and then I'll click on the drop down and ABC project. So you have to apply your calendar here. Now next, I want to change my non-working time. I want to just apply this style, right? And then now click OK. Now you can see Monday to Saturday is working and Sunday is now non-working, right? We can change one more thing, project. We can click on the project information, and you have to apply this. So this is my calendar. Now I will click on the drop down, and I want to apply this calendar under project, so ABC project, and then click on the OK, right? So now I want to just quick recap what we learn, how to create our project calendar. We discuss, we can click on the create new calendar, we can just define our calendar. So I prepare ABC project calendar. Then we discussed how to change this timing, how to make Monday to Saturday as a working, and then how to enter exceptions. And we also learn about how to change the default settings like week start on, financial start on, timing, and etc. Right? Now I want to know, if you have any questions, any query till now, you can please ask your question. If you have any doubt, any query, यहाँ तक के discussion में if you have any questions, you can please ask your question. I want to take example of a simple small civil engineering project. So I want to just start from beginning. So please just understand the in the task name column. First of all, you have to type your activity, right? In the task section, you have to type your task. You have to type your data, right? Now in the next duration column, what we can do, we can type our duration. So duration you can type in multiple way. So if you, by default unit is days, right? So whenever you will type by default 1 or 2 or 3, system MS project will type as a days. If you want to type as a week, you can type 1 WK or 2 WK, right? So let's say, suppose I want to type task 1. Look at this, task 1. So task 1 is 10. If I will type 10, by default system will accept 10 days. Suppose you want to say, you want to just say 10 week. What we can do, 10 and W. Just type WK. It means my task 1 is, the duration of this task 1 is 10 weeks. Now suppose you want to display this data in, you want to say only 10 hours. On that case, what we can do, we can simply type 10H. It means 10 hour. The duration is available in hours also. Let's say if you want to display type, if you want to say task 1, the duration is 1 month, you can type MON. This is 1 month. So just I want to show you file options. Under option, we can click on, you can just look at this. duration is entered in days. So this is a default setting, right? Duration is entered in days. Now, if you want to change, you can just click on the drop down and you can see duration is entered in days. It may be minute also, it may be hour also, it may be a week also or month also, right? So if you want to enter duration in minute, you can just type only M, right? If you want to enter duration is hour, so you can just type 10H, right? Days is default. If you are not typing anything, if you are saying 7, by default it will take a days. If you want to type D, it will take a 7 days also. Now the next one is, if you want to say 5 week, how will type? I will type 5W, right? If you want to display 1 month, if your duration is 1 month, if you want to enter duration is month, 1MON. So this type of shortcuts we can use to enter our different durations, right? Now I want to delete this task. So this is my small data. First of all, you can look at this task mode. By default, the task mode is manual, right? The default setting is manual. Now you have to modify the task mode. As of now, you can see, you can just look at this column. First is task name duration, right click, insert. We can click on the insert here and start. So the start and right click, again click on the insert column and finish. So start and finish. This is my default. Now, as of now, the start and finish both are blank. Why? Because the task mode is manual. My recommendation is always use auto schedule mode, right? In 2010 onward, in 2010, 13, 16 version, Microsoft introduced both option. But earlier in 2007, 2003, only you will find auto scheduling mode. In 2010, 13 and 16 version or 17 version, we have both option. Means you have option to manage your project auto scheduling also or manual also, right? So what is the advantage of the auto scheduling? See, I will simple select the task name and I will click on the auto schedule. I click on the auto schedule. When I click on the auto schedule, you can see, you will find the first changes here. The task mode automatically become the auto schedule, means the sign is now changed. And one more option you will find here, start date comes up automatically. So the default start date is today date, 3/12/2020, right? So default start date is what? 03/12/2020, and again finish date is coming automatically, right? So start date and finish date, both dates are coming automatically, right? So finish date is what? You can just look at this site survey. So I type 1 week. Okay, so the start date is this one, and because this task is auto schedule, so finish date calculated automatically. So finish date is 9th December 2020, right? You can just look at this soil investigation 5 days. So start date is this one. Now the question is, if you want to change the start date, suppose I want to start my project from 10th December. How we can do this? How we can change this? I don't want to change each and every task. So what we can do, we can go to the project, or in the project we can click on the simple project information. So just I want to write down how to change a start date of task. The steps are very simple. What we can do, we can go to the project tab. Under project tab, we can click on the project information. Under project information, we can select project start, right? So this is our complete. So this is complete steps. Now I want to show you how to do this. So we can go here, project. We can click on the project information. This is my project information dialog box. In the project information dialog box, you can see this is my start date. It means project start date. By default, the project start date is your current system date, right? So we can simple click on the drop down, and suppose I want to start project from next week. So suppose my estimated project start date will be 10th. So I can select 10th 12 2020, right? And then click on the OK. Now you can see now the project start date is now changed, and the first start date is now 10th December 2020. Accordingly, the finish date is also changed.